late nights. It's kind of cool starting at like, 10, but means you gotta work longer in the night time. So, oh well. At least I've got a Harley. But so, good news everyone. I have, there is 5 settings. I think I might have already counted 4 though. If there's 4, everything they're sitting at number 2. Pretty sure I counted like 4 settings on my ones, so I'm guessing it must have been 5. I'm pretty sure I must have miscounted somehow. So I'll probably look at that again. But so far, if it is 5, it'll be at 3 then, and if it is 4, it'll be at 2. It is pretty damn good. Like, I definitely feel it. Way more, I don't know, just sturdier, especially with all the bumps and stuff. So again, I'm an idiot for not even thinking about that until now. I don't know why I didn't. But yeah, let's, there's a bit of a story time in this, so I hope you like it. Gonna talk to you about Loud Pipes Save Lives. Dun dun dun. Ooh, we're busy. You can't see some exhaust smoke coming off the end. What are my thoughts about loud pipes save lives? Well, there is 2 ways to look at it, and the reason why I say yes, in some degree, there is a point where loudness doesn't really do anything. Now, does it make people aware of you? Yes and no, not in cars. Not if they're in music, not if they're in front of you. Usually I won't even hear a bike until like it's right up next to me or in front of me. So cool, so it doesn't really help yourself in that sense. But the reason why, and this is where it comes to the story time, back in the day, not actually that old, but back in my day, when I had a Yamaha Dragster 400cc as my first bike ever. It sounded like a sewing machine. I remember showing up to my mate all happy and thinking, I thought it'd be louder. Oh, I felt so small. Anyway, so I was like, I ended up drilling some holes in because they had stock exhaust, and so I ended up drilling some holes in that exhaust to try and make it a bit louder, and it was still damn quiet. Anyway, so what I'm talking about when it comes to talking about pride, no, there's a bit more to it than that. What I'm talking about is, so I used to ride out the high to a track. I just need to remember I don't need to shout. Microphone's right here. Yes, there's a lot of wind coming into my ears, but I don't need to shout. So I am learning that. So sorry about that, guys. I am trying to do better. I was riding like this, coming down here, riding around, roaring down there, because I was probably about 24, 25 years old, riding around thinking I'm so cool. And I was wearing a capped helmet, so just a little helmet, and a bird comes flying in and smacks me dead on the forehead, between the eyes almost. And I'm just I just take this bird and all this blood and guts and goo and feathers got flying off me. This is covered in blood. Anyway, so I show up to this factory. I think it was called Hansel's. I might have been wrong, but it started with H. Pretty sure it's Hansel's. And I show up and all the boys are like, what the fuck happened to you? Because obviously I'm coming in and I'm drenched. My whole face is covered in blood, basically. So they thought it was my blood, you know. And so did I. And one of the guys takes me to the bathroom and I'm washing my face, washing off, and all the blood disappears. And I look at my face going, is that it? There was just a little bit of a dot mark where the beak hit me. I took the beak out. That was it. All the blood, all the guts was from the bird. Obviously the guts, but all the blood on me was the bird's. None of it was mine. So I took the beak out. There was a little bit of blood there. That was about it. I'm just very fortunate it didn't take me out. But I basically went bang and just kind of rocked my head back a little bit, and I just kept riding forward. I saw it all happen. Like, it flew directly at me. Anyway, come forward a few months and I'm riding around and another bird flies right directly into me and hits me in my jaw. Explodes, breaks his neck on my jaw. It hurt. I couldn't even eat steak. No, I could, but you get what I'm saying. And and then when I moved to bikes like the Victory, when I rode around that and the Road King, I have never ever had a bird come close to me and hitting me. So, do loud pipes save lives? Fuck yes they do. They keep the fucking dumb animals away from you. Any animal that thinks that they can come and charge at you, it helps out. Plus, I've actually stood, when I had my Victory, I ended up going around a cliff, and they become a good helping tool when the cattle escape a fence, and the guy only has one dog and himself to try and hurdle his cattle for his mate to get back in, because his mate's away on holiday, and they broke out of his fence. So he's got to try and get them back in. So I just row back and I stay at the end because he doesn't want them going too far down that way. And so I just sit there revving my bike so they wouldn't get come close to me, because they want to stay away from my noise, and they'll keep going back to him. And yeah, so great farm bikes, you know. Not really, but we had to deal with what we had at the time. That was a good memory, good day. Felt helpful. Oh, what is going on here? Back. So this week is a bit hard, so usually I'll just go down that line, but you can already see here that there's a lot of trucks and stuff like that all moving into that line. So you might end up getting pushed out. So sometimes it's better just to hold off. What is the time? 8:34. Fuck, I got heaps. It's what, 30 minutes. I really could go for coffee, but I don't think I can have a coffee. But yeah, so do that pay save lives. No, not in the sense of making you aware of other cars, but in the sense of elements, even pedestrians and stuff like that, people walking around. Yeah, it does make you known. So there is some safety aspects, and definitely against birds, I would say. So there is that. Plus, imagine riding a Harley down the road that was quieter than a sewing machine. It just wouldn't look right or wouldn't feel right. You would seriously think that this might be a programming error, like something's wrong here. Even if you're not even a fond of bikes, you'd be like, what's going on with this picture? Why is your bike so quiet? Ugh. Listen, there is obnoxiously loud, and then there's loud, and then there's quiet. Okay, loudness are fine. Okay, but be respectful in it. If you're waking up early, you have to go for a ride, fine. But try and push it away from people's, the kids or neighbours' windows and stuff like that, especially if it's a school week or work week. Push them out onto the driveway sometimes, so the noise is happening out there, then in by someone's window. The other one is, I would also say, is just pick your times and stuff. If it's seriously loud and it's not like, okay, if there's a style of piping, like I know the fishtailers can be pretty loud, there's not much you can do with that. That's the style you want, that's the style you're going to have. They're going to be loud. You can try and be considerate as much as you want, but in the day, still got to live your life. But as long as you're respectful, like I wake up real early in the morning for stock take, send my neighbours a message telling them that, hey, listen, you're probably going to get woken up on my bike, because I didn't know how cold it would be that night, so didn't know if it was going to be like a big loud boom. Definitely handling it better with that. Yeah, no, that feels good. So yeah, you just gotta be respectful, and people usually are respectful back to you. I mean, most normal people enjoy it when other people are having fun on things or have some excitement over something. My dad's not much of a car person. He's not. Okay, he likes cars, but he doesn't like that loud, obnoxious things. We had a guy that was down the block who was a massive truck driver up in North Coast, long hauls, really friendly guy. And every time he started up his real flash V8 car, you could hear it down the street. Dad would always smile and be like, ha, I know who that is. And it's because that's the person, he works hard for that. He, works his butt off, and that's what I enjoy in the weekend. And people like my old man and stuff like that, and myself, will actually get excited for your excitement, and that's a normal human emotion. Unless you're a psychopath. You know what I mean? So as long as you're respectful in the sense of it and polite, people tend to not really care if you got loud pipes. Here in New Zealand anyway. I mean, you're always going to get the Karens and stuff, but fuck them. Like, literally. Yeah. Anyway, I'm always at work. Be out riding on twos. Keep safe. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one, guys. Later.